We're having a good time at the boarding house.
Welcome to another digression.
This is the digression where we adjust our shorts after we've started recording.
Of course, you want to make sure we capture all of those
Well,
adjusting moments.
it's important stuff.
Yeah. Stuff's important.
Sweet.
So what week is it today?
Sweet city woman.
What week is it today? What day is it?
What week is it today?
Oh, let me look here.
This is the 25th. I believe 25th, 26th.
26th of April.
26th. That's 4 days from the end of the month. I know that this month ends in the 30.
Yeah.
Because it's the low part of the
He
knuckle.
does the knuckle thing.
I do the knuckle thing.
Do the knuckle thing.
I learned that. It's a Minnesota thing.
Minnesota thing? That's where we
No, not
at.
Minnesota. I wasn't born here, so I'm not allowed to talk like that.
You're not allowed to talk like that.
No. I have to say things like Now, I can say soda, though. Soda. See?
Soda pop. Well, we call it pop here, though. We don't call
pop
it soda.
or soda.
Pop or soda? Okay.
You're right. Soda is more West Coast.
Yeah, pop is definitely... This is a Midwest.
We were in California with my sister years ago, and my brother-in-law, her husband. That's how that works. And we were going through Del Taco, which is like their Taco Bell.
Sure.
And they said, do you guys want anything? Yeah, it's like, yeah, we'll have this. Oh, and we'll take a fountain pop, too.
Mm-hmm.
And they started cracking up, and the lady in the drive-thru is like cracking up. It's like, what's so damn funny? It's a fountain pop. It's just soda.
It's
like,
soda, yeah.
No, but it's a fucking fountain pop. It's coming out of a fountain. It's a
Yeah.
fucking pop.
Yeah.
Put it in a fucking cup with some ice. All right? I
Yeah.
got
You
a little...
start with screaming. I'm glad we turned. Last week we had really overdriven audio, and now I think we found out why. Because we found a screamer, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to scream all the time. Yeah. So I'm sure
We're having a good time.
that'll be all clipping.
In the boarding house. I'm tributing...
So what are you going to read me poetry here?
No,
what are you doing with
this
that?
is my notes.
This is your notes.
Yeah.
In this old book of things.
Yeah, I have like my first note. I think you and I think this came from you. Licking a cat's ass isn't illegal, though not recommended.
Oh,
I
really?
think that was you.
Yeah, not recommended.
But I
Yeah.
liked it.
It's nutty, you know?
I had to... It is kind of nutty. Not like Nutella, but it can look the same. Not lick the same.
Lick the same?
Look the same. Well, but I mean, either way, it's not a good thing.
It can lick the same?
Yeah, so what's going on? So, what are we doing? How are we? Where
What
are
are
we?
we
Why are we
doing?
here? All this and more.
Let us contemplate the
When
meaning
we-
of life. Why are we here?
Naval lint.
Like, what?
That's all I had.
Naval
Hey,
lint?
I actually looked up information on the missing Iranian.
Oh, from last week. Yeah.
Last
So
week,
why
yes.
why did you...
I was just curious if he actually had a name, and he did have a name. And basically, he was just trolling Oliver North
Okay, gotcha.
for more free weapons. He's like, here, have some weapons. Oliver North's like, hey, man, if you come on our side and help us do this stuff, we'll give you weapons. The guy's like, oh, yeah, man. Dude, sure. Yeah. Now talk to the dude. I need to take some weapons with me, though. Okay, you got some weapons? I got to take some. And then he comes back like a week later, hypothetical time pass, and says, oh, I need more weapons. Well, I thought we were going to meet the dude. No, we're going to meet him. It's going to be great.
Where's the missing Iranian then?
Going to be great. Isn't that how he does it? Trump?
Great.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
He's fabulous. He's the best. He's a great guy.
It's going to be a great time.
But then he just kind of ghosted on Ollie and then became the missing Iranian.
The missing Iranian.
Yeah.
He made him up. He never was.
No, there's pictures of him.
Oh.
He's got the awesome turban and
So
shit.
he's not missing then.
Well, he just kind of ghosted on him. He's like, you know how it is. Like when you give the dope dealer $20 and he says, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never right back.
And he never comes right
He
back.
never comes back.
But he's not going to get a lot of business if he keeps
Not that
robbing people.
And now I read about that.
In a book, yeah. I know.
Yes.
Or the internets.
Mm-hmm.
The internets are a book. Oh.
Wow.
So, what else is new? You asked me what was new, and the only thing I could think of is
What is new?
the work. That's not really new.
Work isn't new. Work is fucking old.
Let's
In
see.
a character building way.
It's old in a character building way.
Yeah.
Well, I had a sty in my eye. I guess that's something that's cool.
Yeah, your eye's better?
Yeah, my eye's good. Yeah, my eye was swelling shut. And I've never had a sty.
Oh, really?
We never had.
I've
one.
had a couple of those.
It was on the inside, and it's good to go.
Did it pop? Did you get like a film on your eye,
I don't
kind
know.
of like the Bukkake days?
I found out that no, that was a little different. The Bukkake days,
it's a
because that was
different-
everywhere. I was
that's a
showering in it.
Different film.
They don't call it pus; they call it matting.
Matting.
Yeah, matting.
It's because when it dries, it mats on your eyelids, but it's
mats,
actually kind of pussy.
yeah. So
No relation.
the Gary pussy,
No, to the Petunia.
Petunia.
See what I did there? Called it
Oh,
back. Called
okay,
it back.
got it. Yeah,
you had to
but
be there.
That wasn't on. So our audience
Watched,
is now very confused.
Watched a humorous movie this weekend.
Okay,
Or this
which
weekend.
one?
Why him?
Why him?
James Franco. What's his name from Breaking Bad?
Just call him the main character.
The main dude
Walter
from
White.
Walter White. Yeah. It's a one-off. I mean, I don't think I'd watch it again, but it's not that I wouldn't watch it again because it was bad. It was just like it was funny, but it was good. I highly recommend it. It's,
Highly?
highly. Yeah, it's got some stupid shit in it. It's good humor and some of it's kind of WTF, especially when Walter White. God, I can't remember his fucking name. Misinterprets the term bukkake for just having everything. You just feel like everything's all over you, and you're just covered with everything. And it's just so that's what he thought bukkake meant.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
he said that in mixed company, so it's like, you shouldn't use terms.
So I'd have to say you watch a high volume of movies. Okay,
that qualifies.
But I would not say you are a good movie critic, and here's why: because you like pretty much everything.
No,
you don't like everything, but you like pretty much everything. Like you're good
I
at
see
watching a movie and finding good in it.
yes.
So you're not the best critic on earth because you're basically every movie. Yeah. You got to check that one out.
Well,
It's-
I would dare say that I could be the existential critic
okay, I get it.
because sometimes I get like what were we talking about? Terrence Malick, highly underrated director. So like, if you're shallow and your idea of a good movie, if your favorite movie is Airplane,
If you're shallow, just attack the people who don't like the movie.
let me say this again. If you're a shallow movie watcher,
Still attacking the audience. You got
No.
microaggressions, dude.
microaggressions. Yeah, those fucking microaggressions hard at work. No, but basically, if I like movies with depth, I like movies that go a bit further. That's why I said, why him? Funny movie, laughed my ass off. Wouldn't really watch it again,
Yep.
but just because it really now Office Christmas Party.
You would watch that
I would
numerous
watch
times?
that. I'd watch it
Really?
again.
Oh, I was...
Because it had some good.
Yeah.
There were some great lines in it. But I like movies with a bit of depth. I like Dune, Terrence Malick movies, like I was saying.
Terrence Malick did Dune?
No.
Oh.
And then I'm just skipping around.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The
All right.
fucking Adderall's on high.
Yeah.
But we talked about this the other day at lunch. Terrence Malick did Thin Red Line, and that was the first Terrence Malick movie
Still have to see it.
that I ever saw. And at the same time, Saving Private Ryan came out, and great fucking movie. Saving Private Ryan is a fantastic fucking movie, wholly rewatchable, has great depth to it.
Yeah.
But then after that, I saw Thin Red Line, and I was fucking blown away because, yes, it's centered and focused around World War II, but it focused on the characters and what people were going through and what they were dealing with, and like fuck, man, I get choked up just thinking about this part. But
Okay.
through the like he'll have these little veins, just little storylines going through the movie, and there's this one guy who's always talking about his wife, right?
Okay.
And he's writing his wife, and he's getting letters from his wife, right? And while he's talking about her or while he's reading the letters, he's narrating it, right? And you're always getting the character stream of consciousness, which is just chilling to watch for me anyway. But he's always, when he's reading the letters from his wife, you always see them just like stylized scenes of them like rolling around in bed, just intimate moments, and maybe there's a moment where the window's off to one side and the sunlight streaming in, and she's just standing against the wall, and then just kind of walks away from the wall in that just little gossamer house dress, and then at one point he gets a Dear John letter from her.
Oh,
And she's like,
great.
hey, and she's like, in the letter, he's like, hey, you've been around way so long, I'm lonely, I have needs, yada, yada, yada.
Uh-oh.
And then while she's talking, and she's like in the foreground, like standing in front of their house.
Yeah.
And then you see this sailor kind of walk into the shot way in the back, and then he comes up behind her and hugs her, it's like, fuck.
Oh, this guy, damn.
It just, he's
war took everything away.
So fucking awesome
Yep.
at just grabbing your heartstrings and just, but not in a chick flick kind of way.
Yeah.
It's
some depth.
It's fucking great. And like, probably my favorite Malick movie, short of Thin Red Line, I would have to say is Night of Cups with Christian Bale and Imogen
That's
Poots.
a new one.
It's a newer one.
Relatively new. Yeah.
And fuck, man, dude, I remember watching that movie and it was just like, just the depth, because you're getting, it's a constant stream of consciousness. Because Christian Bale, I never really understand if he's a writer in Hollywood, or is he an actor in Hollywood, or is he a producer in Hollywood?
Sure.
You never really get the.
Apparently, he's an asshole.
Well, he's very self-absorbed, but he knows he's self-absorbed, and he understands that, and he's trying to break away from it. And so, but the relationships, Natalie Portman's in it too. And you have the dialogue going back and forth, but the dialogue is muted, and you get their stream of consciousness, because she's like, they're sitting there caressing each other, and she's like, I know you're going to break my heart, I know you're going to, but I can't turn away from you, and he's like, I'm just this, and he's very, the Bale's character is very, I'm that speck of dust on the wind, the feather in the gale, that kind of stuff. So
gotcha.
Sorry to
go
off on
this man loves some fucking Terrence Malick, man. Holy
I can be a little passionate about this stuff, so
that's
I
cool.
do apologize.
No, I don't think I've seen a Terrence Malick movie.
Well, we'll fix that.
Yeah.
That's something
You
we'll
keep
have to remedy then, boy.
You keep saying that, but we never do, really. You always end up watching.
Fuck it, let's go do it right now. I don't
fuck
care,
this
man.
podcast.
Fuck this podcast, and fuck you.
Yeah. Oh.
No, not fuck you. We didn't mean it. Turn us back on.
He didn't.
Fucking turn us back on.
He meant it. I didn't.
Wait. How could I threaten them to turn us back on? How do they know I'm threatening them if they've already turned us off?
It's too late. You're in the rabbit hole now. The worlds have shifted. The singularity.
The singularity.
The unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Quantum foam.
Quantum foam. Narcotics.
Yeah. That's not like quantum foam and gastronomy.
Yeah.
Gastronomical quantum foam. Hey, we just made something.
We did.
I'm reading a good book.
Oh, you mentioned this last weekend. Is it? It's really good.
It's
getting
Daniel
better.
Fucking Suarez, and he is yet to disappoint. I think I've read 5 or 6. Daniel, how many books you got? Call us. Let us know.
I think that might be his
6
fifth.
or 7. So he's got a lot, more than 3. How's that?
And it's getting better, because I know last time you were talking, it was a little slow. You weren't quite.
It wasn't so much slow. It's like I really had to grow into the reader.
Okay,
because he just and you could tell.
Oh, the Audible guy. Okay,
yeah, the Audible guy, because it's hilarious in the very beginning. I feel like I'm hogging the show. Sorry. In the very beginning of the read, he was very stoic and stilted in his delivery, but then as it got going, he got into it a little better, and you could tell the reader relaxed, and it was
okay.
And he got into the characters more. But it's basically about this guy who it's set in a dystopic fucking future, like 30 years from now, and basically he gets stuck with this virus that alters his DNA to the degree that it turns him into. He's a cop, by the way. He's a detective, and he's trying to find this bad guy, and he gets stuck. The bad guy knows that he's trying to find him, so they stick him with this shit that gives him this virus that makes him look like the bad guy all the way down to his DNA level.
Oh, wow.
And so now, but he's still him inside.
Yep.
So it's all about him trying to get himself back.
How do you prove that you're not the person whose DNA is now in your system?
Yeah, and it's
That's
pretty
cool.
good so far. It's actually getting good.
Sounds like he hasn't disappointed.
We got to a point today where they're meeting with this geneticist who happens to be a dwarf, right? Midget, dwarf. What's the politically correct?
I would say
little people. You can't call them that.
I would say
fucking pissed
dwarf
off.
or little person. I don't know.
No, little person will. That's just
Really?
right out. Yeah.
But I thought midget is a really bad term.
Well, yeah, midget might be bad too, but I think little people they just lose their shit.
Oh.
The flywheel right through the fucking housing.
Okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
it's bad. But anyway, the way he describes this guy, he if I told you about a dwarf with handsome brooding features, is there anyone who comes to mind?
Handsome brooding features as a little person.
Yes.
All right, so sorry, as a dwarf. I don't know.
Peter Dinklage?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The way he
Sure.
fucking described him, I'm like, this guy likes Peter fucking Dinklage. He did this.
Okay.
That was his
Yep.
inspiration because as you know, because even in the way the guy talks, and everything, it's Peter Dinklage.
How could you not like Peter Dinklage? Man,
Peter
he's awesome.
Dinklage is the shit, man.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I'd love to meet him, just
Yeah.
to have lunch with the guy, talk to him.
Yep.
You know, and so I've hogged the mic enough.
That's all right.
Still have fuck tons to say, but what do you have to say? You have to say things
I
now.
have to say things now. Are you sure?
You have to talk.
Hold on, let's look here. Okay, all right.
We got 5 minutes
We have
left.
5 minutes left. So
what do you got?
anyway, yeah. No, I'm still in Dune.
Dune?
I'm really liking it.
you-
I'm not going to go into the description of the story in case people haven't listened to it or read it, but
It's
it's very good.
It's been out for 40 fucking years.
I
If
don't-
you haven't read
don't
it
care.
yet, you deserve the spoiler.
Oh, just know that main characters, the good guys, we'll call it, just the way the book is painting them. They are aware of a plot to kill people on their side, and they don't know who in their midst is doing it. But right now, it seems to be the leader's wife that they think. Wait a minute, could it be her?
And the first step
So-
towards beating a trap is knowing of its existence.
Yes, and they don't necessarily know quite yet about the trap. The book lays it out immediately from the bad guy's point of view, where they say, "This is the trap we're going to lay for these people. This is who's the person behind it, and this is how it's all going to play out." And I like how they start the story like that because now you get to see how the good guys kind of figure this whole plot out and what happens.
And they have some fucked up things in the Dune world too. They have
Yeah.
like pain amplifiers.
Yeah,
It's this thing they could put like the box. Put your hand in it
Mm-hmm.
and make you feel as if your hand is burning off. I mean,
yeah.
but then you pull your hand out and your hand's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
I like the still suits.
Still suits are cool.
They got into how those are made. Basically, they're in a desert land, Dune. Was it Arrakis? Arrakis, and they have these still suits to keep your water. So the water you sweat off, the water that evaporates off,
all
of
your
you,
waste.
all of your waste. They keep it all.
Processes all of that.
And they say if it's done right, you only lose a thimble of water per day.
Per day.
Yeah.
Now, if you lose more than that, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're a bad Fremen.
I like how they describe the suit as it pumps because it's next to your chest. So when you breathe, that's what pumps it.
that and walking.
It's cool. Yeah. Okay.
And walking, you get a little shit in your feet.
Oh yeah, it was interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
they've done
I
a
like
great-
it. So
great job.
listen to that. That's it for books. I did see that on like the tech front, everyone's been trying to get this Nintendo. What is it? Classic. It's a small little Nintendo Classic. All it is
Yes.
it's got a chip in it. It's 30 games on it. Plugs in HDMI to your
Oh, awesome.
screen.
Just like the Atari.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic-y
so
thingy.
people have been trying to get this now for a while, and it's just been underproduced. Well, now Nintendo is getting rid of it.
What?
So everyone's going.
They just
Yeah,
came out with it.
I know. So
Wasn't it last Christmas?
I don't even think it was Christmas. I think it's only been this year. But Nintendo, the rumor is they're going to make a Super Nintendo Classic now, which is a Super Nintendo shrunk down.
It's
so
like
nobody
dating a
seems to know
fucking
what
cheerleader,
the
man.
fuck they're going to do with it. Yeah,
It's like on prom night, you know?
yeah.
No, tonight's the night. Tonight is the
I
night.
promise
It's gonna happen. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. It'll be great.
That's Nintendo's MO. Nobody seems to know what the fuck they're doing. So
Trump the
it's
cheerleader.
pretty interesting. A lot of nerds were not happy, because I mean the thing was $60. It was a perfect thing to buy somebody for Christmas.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, they're just pooch screwing themselves. You see, Amazon has a new offering.
Another Echo?
The Echo Look. It's a camera.
Really?
It's a camera thing, but I haven't looked into it yet. But it's like for also fashion stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what I haven't looked at it. I'm just talking about it.
Yeah.
But I think it would, the fact that they said fashion, it's for your fashionable self or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can superimpose fucking clothing on yourself and see if you like it, and it's going to look good on you, which probably won't.
Interesting. Wow,
Yeah.
Amazon's doing all sorts of crazy shit.
I know,
They're
man.
taking over.
They're like the new Wayland Yutani.
We were just talking about this. We're walking around a mall the other day, and malls they're just going away.
They're dying.
Nobody is going to malls to buy shit anymore. And the only mall in our state, which is the only state who has it, is the the Mall of America, is a
They get it.
tourist thing.
They get it.
They have hotels built into it. They have other shit there. Besides.
Amusement parks.
Yep, exactly.
Park. but it's large. It's a very large park.
It's Nickelodeon land.
Used to be Camp Snoopy. I still call it Camp Snoopy. I don't give a fuck.
That's
how
what I
roll.
remember. The Mystery Mine Ride.
Yes.
That was cool.
That's cool.
Well,
I went on a log ride with my my grandson here about a year or two ago, and well, I'll tell you what, I forgot the drop. That's a drop.
There's a drop there.
Yeah, put your poop chute right in the wrong place.
Are you not a roller coaster fan?
Oh no, I love roller coasters. No, I just forgot. This is what. That's that. That's what
you
that
thought it was
tastes
just like just a friendly little ride, and all of a sudden
it was
boom.
friendly, all right.
Yeah,
it was.
Then
friendly.
they take your picture, and you look like you're crying. That's not good.
No, I probably look like, oh my god, my sphincter's in my throat.
This man is shitting himself.
This man he's a shitter. He's shat.
He's shat. Yeah,
Shat.
so it's Amazon.
If you're one who
everything.
shits a lot, would you be like a Shatner?
No,
because
no.
Like if you make wine, right? You're a vintner.
Yeah, you're a vintner.
So why wouldn't you be a Shatner?
I don't know. I suppose
wonder
if you want to
about
make
these
a word up.
Late at night.
If you shit yourself a lot, you have
a problem.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
IBS.
Yeah.
There was a company name. That was our sister company, or where we work for back in '90s.
Oh, really?
Back in '97.
IBS, was that the joke going around?
No, that was just the internet broadcasting.
Gotcha.
Company. So, systems, yeah, because otherwise it'd be IBC.
That wouldn't make any sense.
This
whole joke
stupid.
would just be dead, and nobody would laugh.
I mounted speakers.
Oh yeah, the studio is constantly evolving.
Well,
and improving.
it's not so much evolving; it's becoming more and more complete. I had to move these speakers down on this side, though.
There were some speakers that are this away, and they were sitting on the desk, and now they are mounted.
No, they're mounted and on mounts that you could kill a bison with.
Yes,
I think but they're pretty tight. I mean, they don't move.
Yep, those mounts are heavier than the speaker.
Yeah, a bison, live bison.
They're not heavier than
a dead bison because you wouldn't kill a dead bison unless it was like a zombie bison.
Maybe you could hit it so hard it comes back to life,
like Jesus.
I don't think Jesus was brought back to life by hitting it with a heavy object.
There's a big rock in front of the cave hole doorway thing.
Did they hit Jesus' dead body with it?
I don't know. The winners write the history. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, I mean, yes. That's some lazy story writing. They're just like, nah, he just rose.
He just got up and moved the rock.
Wait, he didn't hit him with anything?
He walked out.
Yeah.
I like how in the Bible too, it's like, well, how do I know you're Jesus? And Jesus look at my whistle.
What?
He said, look at the hole, man.
Oh, gotcha.
So they inspected the holes. Oh, you're the Lord. You're Jesus. Yeah. So
anybody could have holes in their hands.
I know. Watch.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it?
No.
Watched some Stephen Colbert. We don't really wax too hard on politics, because...
Well, he's not even in politics.
Who?
Stephen Colbert is the late night.
I didn't mean Colbert. Did I say Colbert?
You did.
I didn't mean him. I meant John Oliver.
John Oliver. There we go. Yep.
John Oliver, the kind of the...
Last week tonight.
Yep. But he was talking about Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner as far as...
oh, God.
Who the fuck are they and what do they do?
What are their credentials?
That's just it.
So do you have... we were talking about this. Did you have the list of their what their jobs are within the organization?
Jared's like the...
Well,
what am I looking for?
We're getting somewhere here.
No, what's the word?
He's the director. I know he's
head
of doing something with finding ISIS.
He gives the president advice. He's the advisor.
There we go.
Senior advisor to the president or some shit like that. But Jared, his job, he's got to fix the Middle East. He's got to take care of the opioid problem. He's got to revamp government and take care of the vet problems. And
I thought he was doing something like going after something with ISIS or...
Oh, yeah, he's got to take care of ISIS too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a setup for failure list.
That's what you get for marrying his daughter.
Well, and she's... That's another one. She's one of the senior advisors too. But what exactly is her credentials as well?
And what do they have her doing? She seems to be like the first lady.
She's almost like the first lady because she's doing the things that the first lady would normally do, And I'm not sure what she does. She talks well.
Yep.
I mean, she doesn't talk in circles as good as like Kellyanne Conway
or her dad, Trump.
He doesn't talk in circles. He just has those abrupt halts.
He definitely talks in circles. He actually takes it a step further. He tweets in circles.
He does tweet in circles.
Yeah.
But he's such a flip flopper too. I mean, he's just makes Dan Quayle. I'm dating myself, and most of you don't know who Dan Quayle was.
He's the missing Iranian, right?
He is not the missing Iranian. He's way too Caucasoid.
The tubby Caucasoid.
Tubby.
Yeah.
No, he was skinny.
Who am I thinking?
Dan
of?
Quayle? I don't know.
Some other guy.
Well, quails are kind of tubby.
Quails.
They're kind of like those little. They look little.
Oh yeah.
What else?
Chub birds.
What else do I have in there? No, the big question is, what the fuck does Ivanka do? She just talks. She goes on talk shows, and she just, she just advises her dad, on the important issues, and then they talk about the issues that are most important to themselves and the American people, and those are the things she advises him on. And she wants
what things?
the
important issues.
The important issues, the issues that we know in our heart of hearts we should be focusing on.
In our heart of hearts.
In our heart of hearts, and those are the things that we care about the most. And so we want to make sure that people know that we're here for them, and we're working on these issues.
So notice how much talking he just did there, and he said nothing.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what they did.
Nothing.
What the first lady? What is her name? Not Ivanka.
Not Ivanka. It's
Melania?
not Ivana.
Is it Melania?
Yeah. Doesn't it sound like a skin condition?
It does sort of.
Dude, I got fucking Melania.
She wants nothing to do with the White House.
No, she just wants
she's
to.
Not even there.
She's not even there. She's in New York with
her boyfriend.
Barron. That's the kid, right? The boy.
Oh, I figured she was there with her boyfriend.
The
tennis coach.
The driver.
The driver. Nice.
Oh, what else do I got? What the fuck does Ivanka do? Yeah, did that. Okay. Jared Kushner, fix Middle East. Check.
A lot of people bitching about the Russia ties too. I noticed they're really
Flynn.
snapping
Yeah,
down on
Flynn's.
that.
But they're talking smack. They're like rattling their sabers. But what's being done?
Yeah.
I know that Comey's got to go before the Oversight Committee again for some odd reason. I don't know
Probably,
why.
yeah.
But so we keep talking about this. There was a headline earlier in the week about Flynn where they're like, he definitely didn't get out of the illegal aspect of what he did.
Yep.
But it was just such a twist tie fucking headline. It's like, are you trying to say he actually did something illegal?
Yeah. See,
Because they have proof. They have transcripts.
Yeah, these articles aren't saying much either. Honestly, that's why I'm kind of staying out of this. That's why I'm coming at this with a blank look on my face. I don't give a shit.
No, yeah, neither do I.
It's all just circular garbage.
It's just,
yeah.
I'm interested in it not so much from a sensational standpoint, and not even from a I want to know more standpoint. Which, okay, I'm lying about that one. I do want to know more. But
Would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more? But more from an Orwellian standpoint, because we're not even seeing misinformation. We're seeing like disinformation.
Yep.
It's almost like, okay, don't look at this hand because this hand isn't doing anything either because you got to be watching the foot.
You know, there's some fuckery afoot when there's marches on Earth Day. This is, what are we calling this? The March for Facts.
Yes, March for Facts.
What the fuck?
Yes.
They're marching because there are people denying that climate change is happening.
Well, especially when Trump came out and said, I don't think that climate change is real. Okay.
That's not what we're even debating.
I don't really want to hear the president say, I don't think that this is real, and then make a decision on what he thinks. I want you to make a decision based on what you know.
Yep. And if you don't know it, you hire people who do. Yeah, the March for Facts. That's
the whole.
It's interesting.
As far as facts go, North Korea, good or bad?
They're the bad guys.
They're the bad guy.
Well,
why are they the bad guy?
Not the people.
No, but why are they the bad guy?
Because they're a loose cannon.
Who told us that?
Well, we did. Yeah.
We don't. You're right.
A lot of other countries are saying the same thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's not misinformation.
No. It's not misinformation, but it is derivative information.
Of course, if you're not there to visit and see every atrocity that leader does,
not even that.
derivative.
I'm not defending him. Don't take it as I'm defending him.
Yeah.
But the thing is with the news and reporting, as I've always said, winners write the history.
Yep.
We really don't know what the hell's going on in the world for a fact. We only know because we're told by Fox News, CNN.
I'll tell you, we know 10 times more now than we did, because it is easier to get information from an outside source that is not filtered by our government than it ever was. Anybody with an iPhone or any sort of phone can sit there and videotape something, get it up on Reddit before CNN or any of these websites report on it.
Very true.
Yeah.
And but
yeah.
my debate in like
It's like a
my
facial
debate comment.
You're debating on my face? Is
I'm
this like a
debating-
debate bukkake?
A bukkake debate.
Oh, God.
Yes, is even that any internet video we see is for the most part out of context.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at. Is there's so much derivative information? I'd say that most of the information in our heads, yours included, is derivative. I'd say probably 90% of it is derivative.
Yep.
I mean, it's amazing if you think about it in this day and age of how much we really don't know.
Or how much is the telephone game in order to get it to our ear?
Exactly.
You know? Most of it, right? You don't know what to trust. You don't know what source to trust and which one
You
has
don't know
been
what to trust.
diluted.
You don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
And like you said, you were saying a second ago that we have 10 times more information coming at us nowadays. I would say that differently. I would say we have 10 times more derivative information coming at us.
Sure.
Again, regardless of the source or where it's coming from, or the canon you follow as far as left or right, up or down, Democratic, Republican, you don't know what's true and what's not
Yep.
anymore. And that's fucking scary.
But somehow we're formulating opinions about things. So how do you formulate your opinion if everything you get is now derivative?
You have to think twice. You got to just do the Canadian metric system. Just double it and add 30. Call it a day.
I'd say you just be careful. Yes, everything's derivative and you know that, but don't be afraid of the information because once you get to that point, then you don't have an opinion. You're afraid to have an opinion because you can't trust any of the data you're getting. Unless
you're afraid to have an opinion because you're going to be judged because, in a world gone insane, the sane man is the anomaly.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true.
It's frightening.
In fact, I'm actually everything I get is derivative because my eyes are not my brain. Can I trust them?
Can you trust your brain? Yeah, it just gets down to that crazy shit. It's like, what was the headline? Landslides and giant seed worms.
What?
Connected? I think so.
What?
No, it's just that's what I mean.
Okay,
it's just that ridiculous,
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were literally reading that. Like, what
oxygen, breath of life, or secret military death vapor.
Killing us slowly over a 75-year lifespan.
The sun, it's big, it's hot. Why doesn't it kill us all tonight at 11?
It is killing us all.
There was a really cool article on the news. Last night I was reading about this guy who was charged with his wife's murder based on her Fitbit data.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he'd claimed that he was home. There was a home invasion. They secured his wrists somehow, and I think they were using his verbiage.
Sure.
And he said then his wife came home, and then they shot her and left. And I'm like, okay, that
cool story, bro.
That cool story. That seems legit. Let him go, Bob.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. No, but they looked at his Fitbit data and found that at the time he said that she was home. Well, she was at the gym, and then there was like 10 minutes when there was no movement on her part, and that's when she was driving because it's roughly 10 minutes from her home from her home to the fitness place.
Wow.
And then she got home basically, I think it was something around about an hour later than he said she was home. So based on some of the circumstantial information that was not gelling with what he was saying, he got arrested and charged with her murder.
Wow.
So
let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think that was good of them to use that Fitbit data?
I think when you're looking at a case of when you have somebody who's killed, a murder in an investigation, I think you should be able to, at the very least, look at all possible information pertaining to said scenario. Or
so just during a murder, right? But the rest of it...
during the investigation of like a crime.
Okay.
I think you should be able to look at all information, especially in the digital age. I mean, with our fucking phones, man, it's crazy how you can like take out my iPhone and pretty much everywhere I was today just based on that iPhone alone. And it's not even just from triangulation. It's like, with the iPhone as well as the droids.
Yeah, Samsung.
There's GPS data on those things anymore, to where they can tell where you are usually within a given. Now I'm waiting for the defense where some guy they use his phone against him, and he's like, "Well, yeah, but look, it's got a margin of error of 30 feet. So I was in the area, but I could have been upwards of 30 feet from center.
I'm sure that's already been done
away. So,
but I don't think it's right for these companies to sell this information off. In this case, it's right because it helps solve a murder. Like, for instance, Apple just got on Uber. Uber has an app. Uber's like the taxi service, right? They threatened to remove their app from the App Store because they found out that Uber fuck was selling all the information from people off to any other company.
That's a bad thing.
Yes. So there has to be a line
How does
drawn.
Ashton feel about that?
I think he's just an investor. He doesn't really own it.
Well, he's a big investor. Did he get a big stake in it?
I'd have to ask Ashton. He's in my trunk right now.
Did you use a Gorilla Tape or the duct tape?
I didn't use any tape. I just knocked his ass out.
The shovel or the bat?
Bat.
Told you to use the shovel.
I'm not a fucking animal.
You don't. No, the shovel doesn't give the internal bruising on the brain.
Yeah, but the shovel can cut.
Well, yeah, if you use the edge, dumbass.
I'm not going to use the other sides. I don't want to dent it.
This is why I don't do criminal enterprises with him. Well, and I just don't do criminal enterprises.
It's just not with anybody.
Not with anybody.
Yeah.
Who has time?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember the last time I did a tri-state killing spree.
God, those were the days, huh?
I know. Do you remember your first barehanded strangulation?
Oh, absolutely.
God,
yeah.
Italy in spring.
Well, we'll end it on that. So today was brought to you by...
No. I announced our sponsor last week.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's brought to you by the color orange.
Orange is the new...
Orange.
Orange.
Yep.
Like annoying orange?
So, I mean, think about it. A lot of programs are sponsored by companies. We're sponsored by a fucking color.
Not the fruit.
No. The color orange.
The actual color?
Yeah. The color
Wow.
has sponsored us.
What do we get out of the deal?
Pumpkins, oranges, the best tasting
Carrots.
candies, carrots,
Candy corn.
Trump.
Trump.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah. That's when the lizard gets leaky. Leaky lizard. Hey, would that be a band name?
It might be.
I think we'll cut there.
What do you guys think?
We love you. I love you.
We're getting out of here. Have a
Because
good one.
I can. I care.
See you next week.
That's then. This is now. Goodbye. Here's to you. Get the fuck out of my camera.